Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Rafiana Devlia, and for this video, I will tell you about teaching speaking to young learners using role play method. Speaking is one of the influential skills in English language learning, but there are still many students who still feel less confident in speaking. With so many teachers using role play to build student confidence in speaking. Role play can improve learner speaking skill in any situation and help learners to interact. As for the shy learners, role play help by providing a mask where learners with difficult in conversation are liberated. In addition, it is fun and most learners will agree that enjoyment leads to better learning. Several reasons for using roleplay in teaching speaking quote from Ladwes as follows. The first, a very wide variety of experience can be brought into the classroom and we can train our student in speaking skill in any situation through a role play. Second, role-play puts students in situations in which they are required to use and develop those basic forms of language which are so necessary in oiling the world of social relationship, but which are so often neglected by our language teaching syllabus. Some people some people are learning English to prepare for specific roles in their life. It is helpful for the student to have tried out and experiment with the language they will require in the friendly and safe environment of the classroom. Next, role play help many shy students by providing them with a mask. And the last, perhaps the most important reason for using role play is that it is fun. Research method. The researchers using qualitative descriptive. It means the data collected were in form of words and sentences, which were explained in this research descriptively. Next slide about class activity. The first teacher's activity. Teachers tell to the student about what they are going to learn, that is how to introduce self and other, such as today we are going to practice our speaking by using role play. Teacher explain the role play. Then teacher explain the conversation of introduction self, and then teacher give out the conversation of introduction self and other, and teacher reads it then asks to the student to repeat. Then teacher goes through the conversation early to check the student whether they can read the conversation. Teacher asks, how do you read it? Then teacher asks to the student to memorize it. Then teacher divides the class into four groups. Then they have to introduce themselves and have to practice it when the role play has started. Then teacher asks to the student to make conversation based on the conversation has been given in front of the class. And the last, teacher reflect the material. Then next slide, class activities about student activity. The first student listen carefully to their teacher and ask if there is something they do not understand, such as mom or miss, how to speak if we will introduce our friend. And then student listen carefully. Then student listen carefully and repeat the conversation. Student read the conversation, student practice, and then students are split into four groups. Each group has 5 students, they listen carefully to their teacher's explanation, and student practice it, and the last student pay attention to the teacher. The last conclusion: role play is one of the method cooperative learning. Use of role play method can motivate students to put the material into practice which is taught by the teacher, trains the cohesiveness of the student to his friend, and train the student confident to speak English. Therefore, the role method play is effectively used in language speaking teaching English. Okay, guys, thank you very much for your attention. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.